What is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm proud to present to you guys the Rhodes Anthology. Everybody knows that classic Rhodes sound, and Rhodes has released another software package, this time kind of encompassing all of their greatest hits, if you will, their best keyboards, everyone's favorites from throughout their history. And we'll take a deep dive into that, but first I want to thank Rhodes for sending this my way to share with you guys. I will have links in the description for anyone interested in these products. Let's begin. So right now I have open the Rhodes Anthology. It is a virtual instrument, and I'm using Logic Pro. That is my go-to DAW. Right here, we can see the general layout of the Rhodes Anthology. I want to take you through some of the major features of this. So you can see here we have Rhodes Sparkletop, Rhodes Mark I, Rhodes Mark V, and Rhodes Mark VII. Let's give a little bit of a background. So the Rhodes Sparkletop, that's the first Rhodes piano that we all know and love, that we can hear on, some 60s records and beyond. The Rhodes Sparkletop was between 1965 and 1969. It was known for a more warmer character, and it had an actual sparkly top, hence the name. Let's give a little test of that sound. I have plugged in a sustain pedal that I will use on and off, and you can see it get triggered here with this little light. Just do a basic chord. Little C chord for you. So you can hear some of those lows. So what's really cool about all these is they've meticulously sampled all of these sounds. They've really tried to make sure it's very true and authentic to the original. There are so many electric piano virtual instruments out there, but this is actually the legit one from the source. So that's what makes this thing so much more fascinating and incredible. Is you can tell with the subtleties with your ear if you keep listening. That's the Rhodes Sparkletop. Let's go through another one, the Rhodes Mark I. What is the Rhodes Mark I? It's the classic Fender Rhodes. This one probably became even more famous. This one came out in 1970 and was produced until 1979. This one had that more bell-like tone quality. Let's give it a little test. Let's compare that back to the Sparkletop. Okay, now let's go back to the Mark I. Again, we're talking subtle differences to the trained ear. I can vaguely hear it, and it's rich. So this is the benefit of getting something like this. You're not just getting one, and it's like, this is just the electric piano. It's like, well, which one? You know what I mean? The true aficionado will notice the differences. That's the Mark I. Let's go to the next one. We have the Mark V. I mean, I love the layout and display of all these. You can even tell, like, anyone that might look at this be like, this one looks a lot later. This looks like an 80s one. You're right, it is an 80s one. The Mark V came out in 1984. It was honestly the final one before they were discontinued, which is kind of sad. But this one also had a rich history with it. Let's give it a test. Also got velocity, sensitivity, which really does make a big difference. So that's the Rhodes Mark V. Now we're going into a little bit more modern history, depending on how old you are. This is the Rhodes Mark VII. Just looking at it, it has kind of a classic character to it, but you can see it's got some details on it that make it a little bit more modernized. The Rhodes Mark VII came out in 2007. It was kind of like the revival period, the comeback of Rhodes. It combined old and new elements of Rhodes, really. So, another sound demo. Pretty neat. So I want to now go in a little bit more. What are the features of this? You guys have probably already been looking while I've been playing, but here we can see you have some options below. I'm on the classic Sparkletop right now. What is this? This is the speaker, like if you were to record from the speaker versus just the output, what we've been hearing. So I want to show you the difference. I'll play something very simple. Now let's switch it to this speaker with like a microphone. Which is pretty neat that that's even an option, because most people, they might just add on their own amps or whatever, but they've already done the homework for you. With, you can tell that's a basic twin amp Fender right there. And then you have, it says Suitcase 79, so it's recording from the speaker of a 1979 Rhodes. And then you can choose between a cardioid and a dynamic microphone. Again, depending on your style, your taste, do you want it to be at the forefront? Do you want it to be in the back? Those kinds of things can influence that. Let's keep moving along. So we have here preamp, equalizer, pan, velocity, chorus, phaser, delay, reverb. So they've kind of organized it here for us. We have like our main effects on the bottom: chorus, phaser, delay, reverb. Then at the top, we can get a little bit more into the nitty gritty. We have preamp, controls, equalizer, the pan, and velocity. These are all ways to shape your sound and how it's presented with these top effects. I want to show you guys what it can do. I'm going to play basic stuff so that you guys can just get a general sense. That's actually pretty cool to drive. I love it. We have an equalizer. It is not turned on. You press these little power buttons to turn it on. Boost the mid, or boost the low right here. Take it off. Look at that. Put that back to 0. I want you guys to hear these differences. Let's change up the mid. Okay, let's mess with the high. Ooh, you can hear again, more tonal characteristics here. You can hear like the bells or the tines. That's pretty neat. Okay, I'm going to turn off the equalizer. Pan. Pan's a cool feature. Rhodes has also released some other audio effects, and pan is one of them. They have the V pan. They also have the V rack. So look into those. The V pan will change it, with stereo from the left speaker to the right speaker, and it shows you with this useful little light. You can sync it to your tempo, or set it yourself. Let's turn it on. I actually really like this one, and if you adjust it just right, it's pretty fascinating, pretty beautiful. And if you're confused about the double knobs, it tells you at the bottom which one does what. That's the pan. I really enjoy using that. Velocity. Let's mess with velocity. So velocity. I said that weird. Velocity. You know, when you're playing a keyboard, how hard you're hitting it, how light you're hitting it. This can kind of manipulate that as well. Moving on, chorus. Who doesn't love a good chorus? Ooh, it's so warbly. Boost the drive. This thing's fun. Pretty self-explanatory, rate and depth. I think the chorus sounds very rich. One of my favorites, phaser. Let's increase the depth. The rate. I like a nice slow one. I love that they added that feature for sync as well. It's very useful depending on what project you're working on and how you want it to go with the sound. Phaser, I think that's a rich, good sounding phaser. It reminds me of the Electro Harmonics, you know, Badstone. I think it sounds great. Delay, another favorite. I keep saying they're all my favorite. This one too. It sounds pretty nice. Yep. That light is a very nice indicator for the rate. Increase the delay in the mix. This is the feedback, like how long the tail end of the delay keeps going. Sounds like a tape delay. Oh man, you could get lost in this thing. I was just playing with some of the stuff. Reverb. They've got all the classic types of reverb. Spring, plate, room, hall. Let's try it out. That sounds great. You can see the difference here. We have pre-delay and time. Let's do something that might stand out a little bit more. Classic spring, y'all. Let's try it out. Makes me feel like it's a rainy day. I should be sitting in front of a rainy window, just playing melancholy music. Let's try out the next one, Plate. This is also a classic one. You can tell that these are all very sensitive. They've really done their research here. Okay, let's try Room. I mean, this is like everything you need to go, right? You guys want a Rhodes piano? Here you go. This is it. All the basics with some very useful effects and tonal controls here. There's even presets for you guys if you want to dig in deeper and you can't really come up with anything yourself. You need somewhere to start. If you guys are interested in any other videos on this, let me know. I can do some sort of Q&A, or I can do comparisons of how does this one sound with other electric pianos. That's something that was kind of in my mind that I think you guys might enjoy. Other than that, links are in the description. Thank you so much, Rhodes. It's a beautiful, meticulously crafted software instrument that you don't even need a physical keyboard anymore, an electric piano, because this really is just so accurate to the sounds. And you can shape so many tonal characteristics. I love it. I love the effects. I love how they just gave you all of the most important ones, and you just can take it from there. Anyways, we'll end on that note. Thanks you guys so much for checking out this video. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.